Welcome back to another video. So got a pretty fun one for you today. I'm going to essentially be eating cheat meals all day, but I'm going to be making them myself for half the calories and probably half the money as well. Let's get into it. So we're going to get straight into it with breakfast. For all these meals, by the way, I'm going to be adding the calories and macros on the screen as I go. I'm going to see if I can actually fit these meals into my macros. So we're starting off with breakfast. We're going to be having pancakes. So for the pancakes, you can of course make a simple pancake recipe. You can also buy a pre-made pancake mix, but I'm using Vilgain's protein pancake mix. The reason for it is because I've actually been using a lot of Vilgain's products recently. They're made with really clean, whole ingredients and not a bunch of, ultra processed ingredients. So we're going to use that for today's breakfast. Right, so we're going to get on with the batter. So this is equal parts mixture to water. So I'm going to do 70 grams of this and 70 ml of water. And this is going to be 29 grams of carbs and 25 grams of protein, which is insane. So we're also going to be adding 2 eggs alongside. A bit of a sweet savoury breakfast, but this will add a bit more protein as well. I'm going to go 70 ml of water. So this is the consistency I've gone for. You can alter the amount of water you use, of course, but I like pancakes quite thick, so that's what I've gone for. We're going to be spooning on the mixture. Right, so about ready now. Flip. Right, first one's always the worst. We'll put that bit face down. Right, this time around it looks a little bit better, so it's good. 25 grams of protein in pancakes, as easy as that. Mix with water into the pan, done. I'm gonna make the other bits now. Right, so for the topping, I'm gonna do some banana, but the way I'm gonna do it is like so. So we're gonna put some banana in the pan. Then gonna go with some honey. So now this is 100% raw and unfiltered wildflower honey. And this is also from Vilgain. So for any products that you see me using from Vilgain, if you actually go into the description and follow the link, there'll be a list of all of my favorites that I like to use. And if you use code Sergio, my first name, you'll get 10% off your next order. And I do highly recommend these products. We're going in with this 100% raw honey, just a bit of a drizzle over the top. Then we're gonna do a dusting of cinnamon. I'm just sort of gonna mix that all together. Honestly, if you could smell this. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to do 2 scrambled eggs to go on the side, but in the meantime I'm going to add my toppings, so a little bit more of that honey, and then again from Vilgain, some peanut butter, squeezy peanut butter, which makes my life a lot easier. So I'm going to go over the top. Okay, so breakfast is served, looks pretty good to me. Added the scrambled eggs on the side here. So yeah, pretty good hit of protein to start the day. Let's give it a taste test. Go with the pancakes first. Obviously I know what eggs taste like. Get a good bite there. So I got these in vanilla flavor, and that's what I would suggest. I personally like pancakes to be quite sort of neutral flavor, so you can then add flavors to it. So yeah, highly recommend, absolutely delicious. Some eggs on the side. Look, I like the salty savory, so I'm gonna enjoy this now, and I will catch you for the next meal. Right, so for lunch, I'm gonna be making a hot honey crispy chicken wrap with a nice homemade ranch dressing, which is gonna be delicious. I've made this before, this one I have made before, and yeah, I know it's gonna be good. So we're gonna get into it first by breading the chicken, and then I'm gonna show you how I make my own ranch. So before we do anything, we're gonna be making the marinade, which is gonna be a hot honey marinade. So we're gonna be using sriracha, honey, and then some extra virgin olive oil spray. This is chili spray, so it's got a little bit of a kick to it. So I'm gonna do this really lazy, all in one bowl. And also, you might have noticed I've not mentioned any salt and pepper or anything like that. That's why I'm using this crispy coater thing that I've used in a previous video. Tons of seasoning in this, and it's from Aldi. So nice amount of honey with some sriracha, and then the chili spray. So, that's yeah, that's got spice to it. What? It's made me. Right, so we've got our breading station here. So we're gonna go. I've now mixed all that together. I've let it sit for a couple minutes, and we're now ready to add it into here. So I'm actually gonna use my hands for this. It's just way easier. Make sure it's fully coated. I said this on a previous video where I used this coating, these breadcrumbs, and absolutely transforms the flavor of the chicken, but the ingredients are great. Really, really basic. There's barely anything in this, just a lot of seasoning. Right, that's them done. So I'm gonna go into the air fryer now. We're gonna go 200 degrees for about 22 minutes. I'll see, it might not need as long as that, but we'll check. Okay, so here is how we're gonna make this ranch dressing. Now, usually very calorific if you just buy it out of the bottle, but we're gonna make our own today. So what I've got in here is some Greek yogurt. We're gonna be adding to it some mayonnaise, about a teaspoon, some garlic granules, some onion granules, and some dill tops. About a teaspoon of mayo. And then, this is obviously to taste, gonna start with some garlic granules, onion granules, and then some of this dill, and then just gonna mix it all together. So our chicken tenders are ready. They came out really nice and crispy. That one looks a bit burnt, but it's okay. You can't go wrong with a little bit of lettuce in this sort of wrap. Need a bit of freshness. I'm gonna add the chicken in. Next, all that's left to do is dress it with that nice ranch. I'm gonna go for a simple wrap here. This I already know is gonna be delicious. Calories and macros are on the screen. Let's give it a little taste test. So I'm gonna be honest, I was more excited for what's coming up for dinner, but since having that, I'm like, I don't know which one's gonna be better, this one or dinner. I'll have to do dinner and you'll see it to decide, but that is incredible. Wow. So the reality of this is, and this is why I'm making this video, is if you got a breaded chicken wrap with, you know, ranch and everything else from any sort of fast food place, you're looking at least double the calories, more money, and way less protein as well. So this, honestly, I honestly, when I make these videos, it sounds like I'm making it up, but I would prefer this 10 times over something from a fast food place. I'm gonna feel way better. I'm gonna hit my protein, I'm gonna save money. And I just think it's more delicious. I think you get more for your money as well in terms of actual volume. Right, it's time to make a little snack. So I'm gonna be making a chocolate brownie. It's the first time I've tried making this. It's one of those TikTok recipes, but it does look quite good. And I think because of the ingredients, it's gonna actually work quite well. So yeah, we're gonna make a chocolate brownie, let's go. So the ingredients for this are gonna be a banana and a half. I've got 1 scoop of protein, 1 egg, got some dark chocolate here, and then some milk. And it's gonna be done in the air fryer, so I'm a big fan of quick recipes like that, so let's go. I'm gonna go in with the banana, and we're gonna go 1 egg, then 1 scoop of protein. Obviously go chocolate flavor for this, because it's a brownie. Forgot to mention, I'm gonna be doing about a tablespoon of cocoa powder as well. Then we're gonna go 50 ml of milk. If you've got chocolate chips, then use chocolate chips, but I'll just cut up a bar of this 70% dark chocolate. And then it's as simple as just mashing it all together and mixing it all up. I think based off the ingredients, they are very basic and simple, but I think it's gonna taste pretty good. So this is how it should be looking once it's combined. That cocoa powder is what's going to give it this color as well, and that chocolate flavor. So don't skip that ingredient. Right, I'm then going to transfer this over to, I've got a glass Tupperware with some baking paper, because that's going to go into the air fryer. Just going to go in with that. Into the air fryer, we're going to go 180 degrees for 15 minutes. Alright, it's out of the air fryer. Right, well, it's time to cut it. It smells really good. We'll see whether it tastes good, because smell and taste don't always correlate. Like I said, it's the first time I'm making this, so it might be good, it might not be good. Let's see. Right, there it is. So you can taste the protein a little bit, but I think it's actually, for the macros that it's going to be, it's actually really, really good. Because you get a lot of volume for it as well, so I'll probably make this again. Okay, so we've made it to dinner time, and arguably the one that I've been looking forward to the most all day, I need to be honest. It's a double cheeseburger and fries. Now, the ingredients for this are going to be very simple. Got 5% fat lean beef mince, got 2 potatoes, 1 sesame seed burger bun. I'm going to be cooking the burgers in using Vilgain's extra virgin olive oil spray, which comes in very handy. And then we'll be seasoning the burger with a few other bits as well, and of course making a burger sauce out of ketchup, mayo, and some pickles. So let's get into it. Alright, we're going to start by seasoning and making the burgers. So there's no appetizing way to do this one, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to use hands. But we're going to go in with 200 grams of this lean beef mince. It's going to be just under half a pack. I'm going to go straight in with seasoning. So we're going to start off, I'm just going to eyeball this. We'll start off with salt and pepper. This is all to taste. The one thing to make sure you do, because I'm making this sort of macro friendly, and I'm using lower fat mince, it's going to lack a little bit of flavour. So it is easy to sort of, like you're going to see here, it's easy to make your own burgers at home and make a little bit of a fake away, but make sure you season it properly, or else it's just going to taste like mince. Like, it's just going to taste like bland, boring mince in a bun, and you don't want that. So I just added some garlic granules there. Then I'm going to go in with a touch of onion granules, a little bit of paprika for some smokiness. Then I'm going to go in with the hands. Like I said, there's no appetizing way of doing this. Just got to mix it all in. So what you'll do once all that's mixed together is, or what I'm going to do is, I'm going to roll these into 2 equal sized sort of meatballs to add some more into there. Reason being, I'm going to put these into the pan in a second, and then I'm going to flatten them down, and that's how the burger is going to get formed. So next we're going to prepare the chips. Super simple here, so we're going to air fry these. I've got 350 grams of potato here. Very simply, you're going to slice them into chips, and then, like I said, I'm going to do them in the air fryer. Right, so straight into the air fryer they're going to go. Plenty of potato for the calories here. Then I'm going to use the Vilgain spray. Really a huge fan of this. I ran out and I've been using just normal olive oil, and it's so hard to like measure it properly, so it's just so easy. Coats the whatever you're cooking perfectly. And in my opinion, being extra virgin olive oil, way more above that 1 calorie spray that you can get in the shop. Just way better ingredients. I'm also going to fry some red onion to go in the burger as well. So we're going to cut this into bits now. Right, making the burger sauce now. We've cut up just 1 pickle. Go into that. So simple. We're just going to do some mayo. So if you are watching your calories and you're on a bit of a cut, you can use Greek yogurt instead of mayo. I've done it before, and it works. So next up, a little bit of ketchup. That'll do. And then literally just mix. Alright, so we're ready to get the burgers going. So like I said, I'm going to hit the pan with a little bit of this spray. Get the pan nice and hot. So I'm just going to put that lid over the top to let the cheese melt a little bit. Nothing worse than cooking the whole burger and then the cheese is just like solid. So we're going to let that melt for a bit. It should be perfect. Alright, it's show time. It's time to assemble the burger. So this is how they came out. You can see here I'm doing this in the tin foil like they would in Five Guys, because that's kind of what I'm going for. So I'm actually going to go first with some burger sauce on the bottom, then some lettuce. Now you'll notice I've not actually got any tomato. That's because of personal preference. I don't like a chunk of tomato in my burger. Sometimes I do. Today I don't. I just don't like how it slides out. Right, next, time for the burgers. So going on with one. I'm then actually going to add a little bit of burger sauce on this one. You want sauces throughout, okay? It's all about the layers. The second. Next up, the last bit of the burger sauce on top. And then to finish, I'm going to add the fried onions. Look at that. Right, the lid is going on. I'm going to squish down just like so. Straight from the air fryer. Onto the plate. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a dinner and a half. Alright, so that is a full day of eating, pretty much replicating cheat meals that I would like to get. And it just shows that you can do it all while still eating within your macros. I'm going to put macros on the screen for this meal now. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm really hungry, so I think I'm going to do a taste test for the video. So let's give it a go. Look at that. I'm going to feel like I've killed the craving of having a cheeseburger, but I'm going to feel good after that because I've eaten whole foods, prepared myself. It really is a cheat code. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss out on more videos like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.